Hello and welcome to I Can't Say It Day 252, a palindromic number. So, before we begin, Henry is visiting us here. Say hello to the camera, Henry. There it is. Say hello. Hello. His paws are a mess. There's lots of gunk out there that needs to be cleaned up. All right. Very good dog right there. I know. All right, today is Sunday. That makes tomorrow Monday, or as we like to say it here in I Can't Say It Town, weigh day. I weighed myself this morning at the low number of 260.4, and that was on 9/9. 260.4. Can you imagine what the scale's going to look like tomorrow? Let's see, we ate at the Habit, we had pot pies, and I had some Fig Newtons. So the question is, did I burn more calories than I ate? I did get to go play tennis with my son this afternoon out in the sweltering heat, and I was wearing jeans, no shorts, just having a good old time. I think we have a good time when we do it. He really needs to work on his aim. But other than that, he hits the ball well. But he's also 10, and so he's all about, well, hitting it hard, hitting it high, hitting it far. And tennis is, yes, you hit hard, but you got to hit with accuracy, and so the accuracy part is something that still needs some work. But as long as he's having a good old time, that's all that matters. And I will admit that I have fun too when we're volleying. We're able to hit the ball back and forth. It gets kind of annoying when you hit the ball into the other courts. That's just the most annoying part. But if we found a court, there's just one court or one person, just us playing, then I think it'd probably be a little bit better. So today is September 9th. Do we know the significance of September 9th in California history? Well, you should if you know anything about California history. California was admitted to the United States on September 9th. 1850. So we are celebrating an anniversary in California today. The site of the first capital in California was not in Sacramento, as many people might think. The first site of the capital was in San Jose, the current location of the Marriott Hotel, I believe it is. In fact, there is a landmark across the street, which tells you that the state of California's first state capital was San Jose. I forget where the second capital was, but the third one I think is then Sacramento. Nothing remains of the first capital, and I don't know that I've seen pictures of what the capital looked like. I want to say it was a 2-story building, but I'm not entirely certain. But anyway, that's what I celebrate on September 9th, is the anniversary of California being admitted to the Union. All right, so there's not too much else going on. Tomorrow, like I said, is weigh day, so we'll see how that goes. Would be wonderful if I could get to 259.8. Really, that is my goal. It's my intermediate goal. Lots of intermediate goals. But what is 259.8? It is something that I haven't seen since the great diarrhea event of 2004, I think it was. No, it might have been 2006. 2006. So yeah, it'll be 12 years since I've gotten down to that weight. I think that I've been hovering somewhere, because when I was on vacation, I got really sick and pooped all the time. Ate, but then I pooped. So, there's my word again. And I think that I have always hovered between 260 and 290 over the last 12 years. Makes you wonder how much work that's actually put on my heart. Oh, I've forgotten I'm supposed to get my blood test done. Damn. Glad I remember now. So maybe I try to do that on Saturday. Whew. Blood test, dentist, lots of fun stuff. Post office. We shall see how that all goes. All right, so I am going to finish with that for today. I'll make it a little shorter one. No reason not to. There is the Toastmasters Club at Mentor Graphics, and they meet tomorrow. Tomorrow may not be the best day, so I'm not going to go tomorrow, but they do meet Mondays, every Monday at noon. So this Monday's not good, but next Monday. So what I got to do is I got to review all of the Toastmasters journals, go to EasySpeak, see what speeches I've made, what I did them on, so that I'm well aware, so that I can speak to all the speeches that I've given, and continue working on my ACS, I think that's what it's called. See, I haven't been to a Toastmaster meeting in a year, and it's time to get back into it. There's just some yearning desire to just write a speech, get up in front of a group, and just deliver it. It's funny, because you get really nervous about getting up in front of a group. And I've been trying a way to memorize the speech so that when I'm up there, it just flows naturally from me. And it's the technique is called the memory palace. And what you do is you imagine, whether you're walking in a building or walking down a road, but what you do is you imagine yourself walking along a predetermined path with different images along the way, so that you can then, that just triggers within you what it is that you're supposed to say. So you're supposed to have memorized or know what you want to say ahead of time, but the memory palace just guides you along the way. So I always used to use the house that I owned in Ben Lomond, and I would just walk through the house. So I would have something on the bench, and then in the closet, something on the walls, something in the closet, something in the bathroom, something in the second bedroom, something in the living room, then the kitchen, or excuse me, the dining room, then maybe into the kitchen. And so what you do is you place really vulgar, disgusting, ugly things that trigger memories within you, so that when you think of, because right now I can still see the Kardashians in a bench. And so I know that I had used that for a speech that I gave on how me and my wife had met. So that image is still there. And then I think I had Elvis in a closet, and so that triggered a memory of what I wanted to say there. And so the speech then becomes you walking through a memory palace, viewing things within the palace, triggering memories in your brain of what it was that you want to say. Another time when I gave a speech on The Monuments Men, which was the movie starring George Clooney, and about the discovery of the monuments, the pieces of work and the art and sculptures that the Germans, that the Germans had taken from different museums during World War II. I gave a speech about that, and what I always did was I didn't actually use a memory. I didn't use the Ben Lomond house. I used a map sort of along the road, and that's how I remembered what the speech was. And it went off really well. People seemed to enjoy it. They thought that, the comments that I received afterwards were, I kind of wish that you were my history teacher, because at least, you would have made it interesting. So that is one thing, that history teachers suffer from, is that they don't make history interesting enough for the kids. And it can also be the kids' fault, because honestly, they're not wondering, well, how is World War II impacting my life now? And the truth is, honestly, it doesn't. I mean, it dictates where your life is now, and the freedoms that the people fought in Europe and Asia and Japan and all those places. It's part of our history. But in terms of day-to-day things, MacArthur, Patton, those guys, don't really need to know anything about them. But the thing is that their stories are interesting, and there are many things to be learned from the stories of the people of the past to help you guide you in your life going forward. And of course, these things that happened to these people in the past are usually people that are not sitting around just going, doo, 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 doo. They're actually engaging in the world, whether they're part of a war, whether they are part of a movement. They're out there, they're getting their words out there, and you can read what they've got to say about whatever, and it can have an impact on you and how you live your life. So you can say, I don't know, I don't even know anything about them. I don't care anything about Joan of Arc or Aristotle or Plato or Buddha. But the question is, yeah, if you don't know anything, then you don't know anything about them. But if you did know something, it might help. It might make life that much more interesting. Do you think your life is interesting as it is? Could it be more interesting? Could it be deeper? Could it impact what you want to do with your life? And I say, hell yeah. Given the choice, I do not think that I would be in the profession that I'm in now. I would do something much more scientific. I would think that would have just been a little bit more interesting, a little bit more engaging than what I'm doing now. But you make a choice, you make your bed, you sleep in it. Hopefully you make your bed, then you undo your bed, and then you sleep in it. But anyway, but you see, so I'm passing on my wisdom to you to explore all your interests, to take a look at anything and everything, see what's out there that you might find interesting, and go for it. Anyhow, that's the end of today's episode of I Can't Say It. I hope that you have enjoyed my short little spiel today, and you will have some good news, and you'll get some good news from me tomorrow about my weight. If my weight isn't down, that's going to be okay. But honestly, I had realized I got down to 260.2 the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, wait a minute, now I'm back up to 264? Wait a minute, why am I not back to where I was? So I'm now back to 260.4, and I'm hoping to be down even more tomorrow. But like I said, if I'm not, that's okay. But I am going to try to ride home, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so with that, I wish you all a pleasant week ahead, and hope that you guys make the most of the time that you have. All right, bye.